Take a look at a jagged chunk of raw aluminum ore. Now, look at the perfectly uniform blue water bottle sitting on your desk. Bridging the gap between a rock pulled out of the dirt and a functional piece of modern engineering requires a massive physical transformation, and it has to happen exactly the same way millions of times a day. We usually call this manufacturing, but that word can make it sound like a single flick of a switch. In reality, it is a highly coordinated sequence of 7 distinct physical processes. Once you break down these 7 steps, the everyday objects around you stop looking like they just materialized out of thin air. You start to see the invisible, highly intentional choreography required to build the modern world.
Have you ever wondered how a rigid lump of raw earth transforms into a perfectly polished object? It usually starts with extreme heat and force. In a matter of seconds, that glowing metal becomes the pristine water bottle you drink from every day. But how many exact steps are required to make that leap from raw ore to finished product? This physical transformation is a highly organized sequence. Engineers call it a manufacturing system, a highly intentional pipeline designed to control the chaos of raw materials. We often picture a modern factory as a dark, fully automated room where robots operate independently, stamping out identical shapes while humans simply watch. But the reality requires a very specific equation. People, combined with tools, executing precise processes, equal a quality product. Understanding this formula reframes the origin of every object you touch. You start to see past the heavy machinery and recognize the human minds orchestrating the entire sequence. To see this sequence in action, let's track a single sheet of raw metal as it enters the factory pipeline. This diagram illustrates 7 basic manufacturing steps. Step 1 is forming. The material's shape is changed using intense pressure, like a metal press, without adding or removing mass. Step 2 is separating. A machine immediately cuts away the excess material to refine the dimensions. Which of these 2 steps actually dictates the initial physical footprint of our water bottle? The forming process stretches the metal to its boundaries, but it is the separating process that trims it down to define the final outer edge. Step 3 is conditioning. The metal is placed in an oven, using heat or chemicals to alter its internal molecular properties, increasing its overall strength. So you have the right shape and right size. But the extreme pressure of forming and the friction of separating have actually weakened the structural integrity of the metal itself. This requires the 3rd step, conditioning. Intense heat changes the material's internal properties, realigning the disorganized molecular structure into a rigid grid. This specific realignment gives the metal its strength, allowing the thin walls to survive a concrete drop without shattering. Mastering these first 3 steps is critical before any pieces are joined together. If you start with a physically flawed base material, the final product will fail under pressure, regardless of how perfectly the remaining steps are executed. Looking at this comparison chart, we see why both sides matter. Computers offer fast, precise, and consistent execution, like running a heat treatment oven exactly at 350 degrees, 24/7. Humans provide flexibility and the ability to adapt to complex problems. Down in the disadvantages section, we see the trade-offs. Machines require high initial setup costs and cannot think creatively outside their programming. Humans, meanwhile, can tire out and introduce inconsistencies over a long shift. So if a raw metal sheet jams the press halfway through a cycle, who is better equipped to handle the error? The machine will blindly continue trying to execute its code, but the human operator can assess the jam, stop the line, and adjust the mechanics. Optimal manufacturing integrates human flexibility with machine accuracy, so they cover each other's blind spots. Once the base is formed and conditioned, step 4 is assembling. This 4th step is the physical joining of multiple distinct parts. For the bottle, that means threading the metal neck and attaching a watertight, insulated lid. When you look at mass assembly at scale, the reliance on automated systems and computer control becomes obvious. Executing the exact same sequence of connections across thousands of units per hour is where machine repetition shines. Step 5 is finishing. This involves final surface treatments, like painting or applying a powder coat, which protects the raw metal from rust and gives the bottle its final aesthetic appeal. Without assembling and finishing, you just have a useless prototype. These steps are what actually provide the functionality and durability a consumer expects. But what happens to a company's reputation if they box up those finished bottles and ship them out, and consumers discover microscopic air leaks ruining their laptops? You prevent that with Step 6, Quality Control, a rigorous system of physical checks utilizing pressure sensors and exact measurements designed to intercept flaws before the product ever leaves the factory floor. While computers track the raw data, this is where human judgment often takes over. An experienced inspector can spot subtle, unexpected defects that a programmed algorithm simply hasn't been trained to look for. What would happen physically and financially if a factory skipped this step? A single microscopic fracture could leak over time, leading to a massive product recall that costs millions and damages a brand's reputation. Step 7 is safety. This protocol surrounds the entire system, requiring specific gear and strict rules to protect both the workers and the integrity of the machines at every step. Quality control protects the consumer from failure, and safety protects the worker from harm. They are the twin shields that ensure the entire manufacturing system can wake up and operate again tomorrow. Notice how the pipeline evolves. The first 3 steps alter raw physics. These final 4 steps ensure that altered material is actually usable, reliable, and safe for the person drinking from it. These 7 steps provide a universal blueprint that scales far beyond a simple container. Look at a commercial aerospace engineering hangar. Building a multi-million-dollar aircraft fuselage relies entirely on the exact same principles of forming aluminum, assembling complex components, and finishing the exterior to withstand extreme altitudes. The exact ratio of human oversight to robotic automation will shift depending on the specific industry and the materials involved, but the underlying physics of those 7 steps never change. This manufacturing system is a universal language of creation. It works just as well for a $10 cup sitting on your desk as it does for a jet flying at 30,000 feet. If you run the tape in reverse, you strip away the protective finish, detach the assembled parts, and undo the thermal conditioning, and unpress the metal back into a flat sheet. Snap the timeline forward again, and it becomes clear that a final product is impossible unless you execute every single step in the correct order. Great products are not accidents. They are the deliberate result of rigorous processes, driven by the irreplaceable partnership of human minds and technological muscle. Take a look around the room you're in right now. Pick an object nearby and try to mentally reverse engineer the forming, separating, and assembling it took to create it. It's a perspective that changes how you see your surroundings, revealing the massive, invisible effort required to transform raw earth into the engineered objects you rely on every day.